Good day, everyone. I know, learners, that you are all excited to learn for this day. I am your teacher, Mr. G.R. Ivan Togoy, your teacher for the Philippine Politics and Governance. So this morning, we will have a new lesson and a new learning. So I have here an illustration. All you have to do is to analyze what is your understanding of this illustration. So the illustration shows the state and the markets. As we can see the illustration, above, it shows that the civil society is the space between the economy or the market and the state. So it is considered a social sphere independent both of the state and the market or the economy. Alright. So this morning we're going to learn another topic which we're going to explain the concept, the rule, and contributions of the civil societies to Philippine democracy. This morning, we have three objectives. First is we have the cognitive, which are going to define the concept, the rule, and the contributions of the civil society to Philippine democracy. The next one is we're going to create a civil society organization or CSO that address the important issue in your locality. And the last one is we're going to appreciate the value of concept on the rule and contributions of civil societies to Philippine democracy. The question is, from the illustration above, what do you mean by the civil society? Okay, so when we say civil society, as I said, it is the third sector of society along with the government and the economy. Also refers to the non-state, non-profit, voluntary organizations. It is a wide array of organizations, networks, associations, groups, and movements which people come up with to pursue their common interests by means of collective action. So there are many groups of CSO. So we can have the social civic organizations, the professional organizations, the academe, the media, the churches, the people's organizations, and the non-governmental organizations, and the cooperatives. So these are groups of CSO. Okay, learners, so let's have the activity, which is the picture gazing time. So let's start with the first picture. So are you familiar with this logo? So I think everybody is familiar with this logo. So very good. That is the Red Cross logo. Now, what is the purpose of the Red Cross? Okay? So I have here the project and services of the Philippine Red Cross, including its purpose. So the number one purpose of the Philippine Red Cross is for humanitarian aid, material and logistic assistance to people who are in need. It can be a short term or it can be a long term. So the government also assists them, especially those who are homeless, the refugees, and the victims of the natural disasters, of course, the victim of wars and famines. This time, we're going also to identify what type of groups of CSO. Okay, so we have the Philippine Task Force for Indigenous Peoples' Rights. We have Kaisa Women's Organization and the Fisher Folk Association. Okay, so can you identify what type of CSO? Okay, so that is example of people's organizations. How about this second slide? The University of the Philippines Los Baños Foundation Incorporated and the Center for Social Concern and Action of De La Salle University. So these are examples of, academic. Next one, we have the Save the Children and the UNICEF. So are you familiar with this civil society organization, or what we call the non-government organization? Okay. So what is the role of the civil society? So all these shaped by the world events through the struggles and the creative technological events, no? So provides a way to engage productively in this process and to keep tabs on the new development of partner working for the common good. Okay. That is the purpose of or the rule. The second question is, what do you think are the critical job of those civil society? Okay, anyone? Okay, very good. So we have the social accountability, empowering communities, and ensuring good governance. So by the way, if anyone here knows what is the concept of the civil society, okay, so I have here the concept of the civil society in the Philippines. It comes from the Filipino concepts of pakikipagkapwa, means holistic interaction with others, and kapwa means shared inner self. Okay. And the voluntary assistance or charity connotes or Filipino an equal status between the provider and the assistance. Okay. It also embodied the terms of damayan and pagtutulungan or kawanggawa or charity, which introduced by in the Philippines by the Catholic missionaries. Okay, so our concept started on our Filipino concept, which is pagkikipagkapwa, kapwa, damayan, pagtutulungan, at kawanggawa. It's divided into 3 groups. So you are going to let's have the activity which is entitled #game. Now, I'm going to provide you an hashtag which are going to describe how civil society or organizations contribute to Philippine society. Is the example. Okay, I have here the hashtag, the first group, organisasyon para sa tunay na pagbabago. Second group, organisasyon para sa mahihirap, and organisasyon tutulong sa edukasyon ng kabataang Pilipino. Okay, afterwards, you're going to make your CSO dream where you're going to create your CSO addressing the important issues in your municipality and locality. So this is the format. You're going to write your CSO's name, including your program and services and the purpose. So this is the example. Okay, so you will be graded based on the rubric. So we have ideas, organization, and sentence fluency. So class, be guided on our rubrics. After that one, you're going to answer this. Does civil society need young people a better citizens? Okay, next one. What do you think are the role and contributions of civil societies towards Philippine democracy?
So this time you're going to fill in the column on I learned about civil societies. And lastly, answer the assessment and follow the instructions properly.